YouTube, and welcome back to Everything RV with Dave. Today I want to take you on a little trip. Today I want to take you over into Ohio and let's go look for some new free RV camping. So buckle up, jump in, let's go for a ride. Here we go. We're going to get down on Route 22, and we are in West Virginia right now, but we will in about 3 miles be in Ohio. This little stretch of West Virginia, which is in the northern panhandle, is only about 4.5 miles from Ohio to Pennsylvania. So if you want to go from Pennsylvania to Ohio, it's about 10 minutes. Southwest of Pittsburgh. So this river, the Ohio River, you go 45 miles upstream and you go to Three Rivers, where the Three Rivers football stadium is. So if you look off to the right, you will see the Ohio River. Into Ohio. Something interesting here in Ohio that maybe a lot of younger folks don't know. But Steubenville, Ohio is a home to not only Dean Martin, but also Jimmy the Greek Snyder. And a lot of people might not know who Jimmy the Greek Snyder is, but look him up. Jimmy the Greek Snyder was a bookie, basically, but he was credited with starting the point spread difference in sports betting. Now, Dean Martin, again, older people, say over 40, would probably know who he is, but again, you can look him up. Dean Martin was with Jerry Lewis, and they were really a great comedy team back in the 50s and the 60s. Funny story about Dean Martin. Dean Martin went to Wheeling, West Virginia to a hotel called the McClure House. And the McClure House had a very nice supper room. Dean Martin was a young man before he made it big. And he says, I'd like to come and sing in your supper club. And the manager of the supper club said, you're not good enough. Now, if you look up Dean Martin and see what he did and listen to his voice, that is rather comical. He wasn't good enough. This particular stretch of Route 22, it runs all the way up to the Pittsburgh area and beyond. It also is a connecting road between, say, Pittsburgh, Weirton, Steubenville, and Interstate 77 and Interstate 70. That would be over by the Cambridge area. So if you were traveling from Pittsburgh west, if you were traveling from Akron, Canton, Interstate 70, west to east, it would not be a very long distance away from where you were going to get on Route 22 and come to this free camping that we're going to go to today. In another month or two, all this scenery, we will have leaves on the trees, the bushes will turn green. It will be much prettier. Stretch of road from Interstate 77 down to that bridge crossing the Ohio River, that's about a 45 to 55 minute drive, just to give you some kind of an idea. This is the exit 152. This exit here, I did a video a month or so ago about Fernwood Forest and free camping in Fernwood Forest. So I'll leave a link, in the description below to that video. But it's another campsite that is free, and it's right here at exit 231, Bloomingdale, Richmond, 152. Fairgrounds. That's the exit if you were heading west on 22 that you'd want to get off to go to Fernwood Forest. We just came off of, we're still on 22, but the road has narrowed. The speed has dropped from 70 to 55, and not too far up here is where we're going to turn off to the right to go to the campsites. There was a sign right there that said Caddis 5 miles, giving you some kind of a relationship of where we are. Okay, here we are. This is called County Road 13. And it's about a mile or so from where we got down to the smaller road, the narrower road. So I turned on County Road 13, and this is the road which will take us out towards the free campsites. It's not a bad road. It's a little narrow, but it's really not that bad. Did you see that that hawk? It must have had a 5-foot wingspan. And we come to a stop sign. Okay, we came down to the stop sign, and at the stop sign we want to go straight through. Story about this campsite. Last summer, I was bringing my friend out here to show him this campsite, and as we drove into the campsite, I saw a fellow YouTuber there, a big name YouTuber. This gentleman travels all over the country full time, has probably 300,000 subscribers, and as I turned into the campsite, there he was. And we had a nice little meeting. So when you do some of these things and go to some of these free camps, you never know who you're going to meet. So we've come down here about 2 miles, 2.5 miles, and you'll see a little wooden post. Just turn to the right. So all these back roads are all county roads. They're pretty much taken care of. So we are now entering the campsite area. So from Route 22 to this campsite is 3.5 miles at the most. So it's really not that far off of Route 22. Okay, here we are. So the sign says you must use self-registration located at the restrooms. I'm going to go ahead and pull into this first campsite. So I just pulled into site number 1, and you can see with my truck, yeah, you could put a nice 17 to 25 foot travel trailer in there. Take a little walk down the hill. Now, even though that says wastewater, that's not any kind of a connection. There is no dumps here. There are no dumps here. That's just a tube. Do have garbage cans. And there is site number 2, which is a nice site, and it's really rather level. Here's site number 3, and as you can see, there's nobody here. This is free RV camping, very quiet. Here's campsite number 4. Number 6. And it's actually a pretty nice site. It's a little bit slanted. Site number 5. And again, if you have a little bit longer RV, you could go into some of these little bit smaller sites and then park your vehicle in one of the other sites. This place has never been that busy. Here's Site 7. And here's the little restroom, and these are vault toilets. And this is also where the registration is. So let's go up and take a look and see if we can. They call this Welcome to Ranshin Campground. And there's the Division of Forestry self-registration. No campsite can be occupied more than 14 days in any 30-day period. And there's the registration. So you just fill this out and put it in the box. Let's see how bad the bathrooms are, if they're even accessible. Well, it's not too bad. Again, they're vault toilets, so it's not the greatest. So we actually have 7 asphalted campsites. Now, if you take a look down here, let's take a little walk down here. This is right off of the where the campsites are. Nice little path. And this goes down to a little lake. Now that's pretty interesting. This is the runoff. I'll bet you there's some fishies in there. And this runoff goes over to the other side and it creates a little creek. Now I came down that path, which is pretty steep. Let me go up this little pathway here. if you're going to go down to the lake, I would suggest that you go this way. Even though it says that the trail is closed for right now, it's much easier to get down to the lake. So this is another free campsite in Ohio. I hope you've enjoyed this little video. If you have, please hit the like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.